Hey everyone, welcome to Buds and Breakdowns with Larissa,
And Mariah.
where we have joint opinions and we speak bluntly. Let's get rolling through it. All right, so tell me about your week first. Let's do that.
Okay. I actually am so excited for today's episode because both of our first two topics we know nothing about and we haven't discussed this yet.
Yeah.
So I guess
Which is a first.
I know, like usually we talk about everything, but both of these things just happened yesterday and we were both so busy and we had like your job was insane today. We didn't have any time to debrief this before. So this is like the first time we get to share our stories. So I guess I'll start first and tell you there's really like nothing else to really highlight on in my week other than this. So I go to this gym. It's definitely like a luxury gym. And I guess I'll leave out the name just for like, I guess like my safety.
Yeah.
In case anybody wanted to come and kidnap me. But I go to that's more of a luxury gym in my area. And they do offer some pretty like unique classes. So one of the classes that they've offered is acro yoga. And I used to go to that last year and I've taken about like
Acro yoga, that doesn't sound peaceful, which
it's not a relaxation type of meditation
Which
yoga.
doesn't
It's
sound
more
like-
so acrobatics, but it's
Yeah.
it's more of like
but can you
slow
even put
controlled.
yoga into that
It's
name?
just that's what it's called.
Okay.
That's just what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
it's like it's a type of acrobatics but you're moving much slower and you're working with partners and you're doing poses. Like, you know, when you see those people on Instagram doing like the airplane, like what you would do with like a little kid on your feet. Like, you know, when you like put the kid on your feet.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not just acro? It's yoga.
There's
acrobatic?
a little, yeah, acro is a type of dance. And like it would usually have like a routine, like an acro
Acrobatics?
routine. Well, you
What's
could have
acrobatics?
acrobatics. Yeah, there's a lot of different kind of like subcategories, but let's just keep it simple and not try to decipher what that means. It's called acro yoga, and that's a class that they take, and you work in groups, and it's definitely not like a yoga class. I would just call it like a gymnastics class. But anyway, so it's super fun, and I have done it probably about 4 or 5 times, and then I broke my tailbone. So, not doing that, snowboarding. I broke my tailbone like 8 months ago. I don't know, however long ago. And so I stopped going to these classes because I broke my tailbone. And I haven't gone back since, but I really was like, you know what, I've missed it. Let me like check it out. So I went yesterday and I did the hour and a half acro yoga session, and it was so much fun and I loved it. It was really hard. They were doing a lot of different moves because usually you're kind of aligning yourself in a way that weight doesn't matter. So you can lift someone heavy. It doesn't matter what size you are. But the ones we were doing were a lot more, the base needs to lift. So I was finding it quite challenging. I tried to lift some people. I fell down a few times and people tried to lift me. It kind of worked, but you know, it's challenging, but I had so much fun. So I went up to the instructors after and I was like, thank you guys so much. I really loved this. It was fun to get back into it. I really wanted to, because when I went to the last one before that, they had told me they do other things as well outside of this gym where we could go to like meetups in the park and they just do it at the park. And I'm like, oh, that's so fun. I would love to come. But then I broke my tailbone, so I never went. So I told them that I was so sad that I didn't get to do any of their summer activities at the lake. And they're like, oh, well, we do stuff in the winter too. You know, we meet up every Sunday at this parkour gym in the area. And I'm like, okay, tell me more. He's like, yeah, you should come. It's really fun. So I didn't really have any idea of what to expect, but it's like an open gym, not a class. So if I say the teacher, it's just the teacher from my acro yoga class. He's not teaching at this next thing. So he invited me to go to this open gym thing, and it was from 6 to 9. So that's 3 hours. So this total is 4.5 hours of acrobatics. So when I got there, it was just me and this teacher, and we start warming up and stretching, and he's like, okay, like let's just get into it. And so he just gets on the ground and he's like, let's do bird, like that airplane move. And so we start doing these things and he's like, okay, I'm going to move you in these different positions. So he's giving me the cues. He's like, hey, lean into your hip, do this. And he's literally like a circus, like ex-circus performer. So he knows like exactly what to do, and he is so confident and strong. And I don't have to do a thing other than just stay tight and strong and like squeeze everywhere and just listen to his movements. If he says, lift my leg up more, lean backwards, like I have to trust that he has me completely. And he did. Like I did not fall. So then I get to a point where I'm sitting on his feet Like I span all the way around from like my stomach, and now I'm sitting on his feet. And he's like, I'm gonna throw you up in the air. So we did do this in like phases. We didn't just go like straight up. Like we did like some drills. Like how many Snapchats am I getting? And just like vibrated like 10 times. So I was sitting on him, and then he would like, my feet were on his hands, and he would throw me up in the air, like completely let go. I had to like clap at the top, then come back down, and he would catch me on his feet. And it was fucking insane. So that's to prep me for like doing a flip potentially out of that. Like real like I always say Cirque du Soleil. I always try to combine the English into there somehow. And it was so much fun. So then other people started to show up, and it's not structured. Like there's no like teacher saying this is the move and go recreate it. So the teacher that I knew was like, you're gonna have to be social and get out there and talk to people and just try to participate. I'm like, okay, I'll do my best. Thankfully there was like hardly anyone there. There was just about like maybe 7 or 8 of us, and that made it really nice. So I didn't have to like meet 30 people all at once. And we started doing some really crazy like group things. So can you pull up your phone for me, Larissa? I'll put the video on here as well. But I sent these to Larry, and she hasn't watched them yet because she obviously freaking hates me. So yeah, watch this one first.
I was busy. I had a boy over, and then I passed out.
So they hold my legs, and can you just turn the sound off though, just so the copyright?
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
whoa.
Yeah, right?
That's cool.
I know. So we did that like a bunch of times. And then this one took me a long time to master. And it's really fucking hard.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really hard.
That looks hard.
I know. And then I let go of his hands.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's coming. It's coming. It's crazy. So we were doing shit like this. And then I actually did a standing back tuck off of a box.
God, I'm so proud of you just for going there and like alone.
I was
and then
so
also
nervous
doing
going
all
there.
Of this.
I was so nervous. I was
you
freaking
did
out
so
in the
good.
car.
Just getting there is so good, but then doing all this is insane.
Yeah, I literally did a fucking backflip just standing on off a box and did a backflip. I had someone spotting me to make sure I didn't die, but like that's insane. I used to do competitive cheerleading, as you probably remember.
Yes.
And I stopped about 10 years ago when I kind of like moved out, and I've really wanted to get back into it, but I've been scared to get back into cheerleading because it's so high injury. It's because there's so much like force coming down when someone falls. Like I've been injured so many times. I've broken so many things, and it just makes me really nervous to like impact my job, because if I hurt pretty much anything, it really takes me out at work. But acro yoga is more of a gentle way of doing those types of things, and it's more slow compared to cheerleading. Cheerleading is very like boom, 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 like very fast and like rigid. This is more like you know, like if gymnastics combined with Tai Chi, you know, like it's like taking it down a notch and making it softer and flowy. So that's the more yoga part that kind of comes into it. And it's a lot more like breathing and structure when like cheerleading and gymnastics, like you were like running and like doing these like flip, 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 flip. This is more like you controlled, like you have to like squeeze in a certain way. And they were teaching me I have to breathe differently, because if I'm like flexing my abs, like engaging my core, as I think they say, and my shoulder, like I'm in a handstand, I can't breathe with my chest or it's going to make me lose my balance, and I can't breathe with my stomach because it's flexed. So I have to breathe with this middle part, which I'm like, what does that even mean? So they were teaching me how to do these breathing techniques, and like they're holding my ribs and like just breathe in, but like you only expand your ribs without moving your chest and squeeze your stomach at the same time. It's really hard, and you can't take deep breaths, but that's how you have to breathe when you're upside down in a handstand. So just these little tips they were giving me was helping me so much.
That is really hard. But I really work on one because my cardio so bad. So my breathing, like if I don't like focus on my breathing while I'm running, I will end up puking. Yeah. And it's embarrassing in the gym. So
yeah, breathing is obviously a really big
and then
portion.
Swimming too. Swimming is really where I engage a lot of like the different breathing techniques. So because I really want to get into free diving and stuff. So
oh my gosh, that's cool.
I have like thalassophobia a little bit though.
What is that?
Of like fear of the ocean and stuff.
Okay.
But like it's not like fear of the ocean. It's just like once I get in there, I've watched Jaws too many times and my mind is too terrible to me. But like even like Cultus Lake, like I'll be in there and you get to like a clear part because there's this one beach I really like, and it's usually pretty clear water. I'm not going to say what beach I like. Stay away from it. It's already really overcrowded. But you go underwater and you can see pretty like far out. But then once I start looking into that abyss, I just start like imagining like things coming out of it. Yeah, and I'm like, that's what the ocean is though, and that just makes me sick to my stomach. Like
I've been scuba diving.
Yeah, like
before,
even getting into the lake,
that,
like lakes that are deep below me, like jumping off a boat and stuff. Like I get to in my head, and I'm like, dude, like stop it. Like I've traumatized myself.
I would probably end up just drowning myself because I couldn't handle the fear.
Yeah. Even like I remember we were in Powell River, like visiting my oompa, my step grandpa, and we were on the coastline and we were just like wading out into the water, and I could not get out of my head like of like thinking about sharks and stuff. And now as an adult, now I know the facts that statistically every time you're in the water, it makes sense, it's their home, but like statistically every time you're in the water there's like a shark within like 15 feet of you. And now when I think about that, I'm like, yeah, little me, I think it's just my survival instincts too, right? It's like I shouldn't be here, but I want to be. I love it. I want to play in the ocean.
I want to be a mermaid, but I'm so scared.
And like I love reefs and stuff too, but that's one of the most dangerous places to be.
You know what? I other than that one time I went scuba diving, this is like a whole other story.
And where did you go scuba diving?
Mexico. Maria signed me up. Maria's my drunk alter ego. I love it. I didn't sign myself up for that. 100%. It was in Mexico. They got me on the way back to the room. Yeah, I was drunk when I was scuba diving. You know. Anyways, it was Mexico. That was a whole different vibe. But normally, I do not go in the ocean past my knees, and that I have recently discovered. I was talking through it with the client, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. So when I was a kid, we would always go to White Rock Beach, and my friends' parents would always tell us, don't go past your knees because that's where the octopuses are and they'll eat you.
Oh, what the fuck? Who says that to kids?
Yeah, well, it prevented me from going in the ocean past my knees.
Oh, I guess, yeah, they didn't want to, like, watch you too closely, so they didn't have to worry about you.
Yeah, but to this day, I just subconsciously don't go in the ocean past my knees. It's very, very rare you will see me in the ocean past my knees. If I'm, like, right beside someone, maybe I might do, like, a boop, boop, but... yeah, I usually go in at Wreck Beach because they have the sandbanks. So I'm standing and then it's like dipping and then it goes back up. So I'm not like in the ocean. I'm like in a sandbank. Yeah, but yeah, those octopuses are out there.
I want to find tide pools.
I
want to find like I want to feel like tide pools and stuff to like hang out in because yeah, the ocean. It's like I just respect it. Same with like the forest. Like I'm good with being in it, but I do also I'm always very well aware of the fact that I'm not the apex predator in the fucking forest. Like
that's not your natural environment. Yeah, that is
not my kingdom. Even if I was like living out there in the woods, if we were still like safety in numbers, because that's not our kingdom.
You're the alien in that scenario.
Well, it's like even we're just one of the predators, but there's still other predators that are willing to prey on you. So, and they're packs usually or bigger.
I've heard like a client was telling me, clients tell me everything. I have like 15 clients a day, so I have everything I say is they're all different clients that I've mentioned. But he was telling me that his wife wanted to go camping, and they're not from here. They've never been camping. They're not from an area in the world that like camping would be a thing. So he's like, okay, well, let me get a pamphlet and look into it. So we had this little brochure thing and he was looking at it. And one side of the pamphlet was like how to deal with like, a bear attack, like, make yourself big, be loud, it's like the normal bear things. Then he flips it over and it's like how to defend yourself from a cougar. Punch it in the face. Because there's no fighting a cougar. They're huge and they've been stalking you forever.
Well, they're a sizable cat.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, one of my biggest fears is encountering a cougar because I would hope to encounter it. I don't want to have a cougar attack because they're an ambush predator. So if you have the only thing that you can do is punch it in the face because it's already biting you.
Well, apparently when you punch it in the face, it's supposed to like shock it and
to release you.
and then make it think that, oh, hey, this is kind of actually bigger than I thought because it's up in a tree watching you where you look small. Yeah. But when you're there and you knock it in the face as hard as you can, it's like, oh shit, is this worth it? And it's supposed to deter them.
Just a cat. Like honestly,
start petting it. Honestly, like I feel like you could like tame a cougar.
Yeah, maybe.
But which speaking of, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, no.
She's
I actually don't know either.
I think probably
like my age.
Yeah.
But yeah, like cougars, they're the closest cat to like domesticated cats. They, especially like in their voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do they
they
meow?
mew. They mew pretty closely to a house cat.
Interesting.
Doesn't sound the same,
Yeah.
but they do mew.
Hmm.
And they do
Yeah.
growl and they do hiss.
Yeah, meowing is so cute. Imagine if they meowed like meow. You
Not
like
quite
Puss
like
in
that.
Boots? How Puss in
Oh
Boots
my
does
god.
that little like fucking
Dude,
eyes and
cougars
you
are so cute. Like they do. I wish that they were cuddly, but they're also fuckers. Like that's my biggest fear is to be ambushed by one in the bush. So I like to be on a swivel. I like to be on a swivel. My survival instincts kick in really hard when I'm in the bush. Like I love being out there so much. It's my peaceful place. But then I'm also like,
yeah. What?
I'll stab you.
I
Yeah,
went
that's the
on
thing.
a
I'm
hike
always
in the
looking at the
dark. It
tops
was
of
so
the
scary.
trees, and sometimes I forget to, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, especially when I'm camping and stuff, I like to make sure that there's no like down trees that are like caught in the branches or branches that look like they're like are caught and other branches are coming down and stuff. Because I've been camping at Cultus Lake one time and so we set up our tent. Luckily, it was on the other end, but then we looked up and we're like, is that just like a full up like fucking log just stuck in the branches? And yeah, it was a big ass just fucking log just like stuck up there, and we're like, oh shit. So like we were just there for the night. When we were leaving, we did tell the parks people like, hey, by the way, like we noticed that up there, you might want to close that site or like and deal with that.
Damn.
Especially hearing all those stories like recently and stuff.
Yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah, and it's like it's no fault of the people at all. Like even looking up and checking and stuff, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah, if it's there, it's there. If you see it, what are you supposed to do?
And yeah, if you can see it, that's the thing. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it happens.
It's stalking you. It's like it's trying
no,
to
it's
hide.
not stalking you. Like not the cougar, the trees.
Okay.
The trees and the branches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you heard the stories of like the trees falling and stuff and
okay, I thought we were still talking about cougars. Sorry.
No, trees, sorry. Moved on to trees. Yeah. Trees falling. It's no fault of like people. But like even if you like look up, you might not see it. And even if you do check it, like I don't know, you can always plan the trajectory.
Yeah.
It's scary. Things will get you.
Damn. Yeah, I did a 30-kilometer hike alone, and I had like last year, and it was all in one day. It was a huge hike. It took me like 10 hours.
Fun.
Yeah, it was a
Can
lot.
we hike together this year? Sounds nice.
As soon as your foot's better.
Yeah, well,
yeah, it was a really big hike. It's Panorama Ridge in Garibaldi.
Oh wow.
It's beautiful. So you get a beautiful view of Garibaldi Lake. It's like nice Gatorade blue. My Gatorade's gone, but it's that color. And it's a really fucking long hike and it's really fucking hard, but it was so worth it. It was beautiful. But I had to start at like 4 a.m.
Worth it.
And it was pitch black. So the first 2 hours of my hike were completely in the dark, and I was completely alone.
Were you playing music and stuff?
No, I had a headlamp, and I wanted it to be silent because I wanted to be aware of my surroundings.
I'm so opposite, especially when I'm in the bush alone. I'm like, oh, come by, my lord.
I kept clapping, and I had a bear bell. Like I kept like I kept walking like this.
You had a bear bell to like draw them into you.
No,
like,
it's supposed to just make them like aware that hey, there's something there. Like it's supposed to be deterrent.
I feel like coyotes and sugar, and we're like, oh, therere's a cat. There's a cat in the woods.
I don't know. It's something they sell at the hiking store, but I just kept
I always yell and I go because nothing else in the animal kingdom coughs like that.
When I'm traveling, like when I'm doing a 30-kilometer hike, I'm trying to pack as light as I possibly can, so I barely had anything. I just had.
I guess you want to save the battery on your phone.
I didn't even have a backpack. I only had my hiking vest.
Damn.
It has like a slot to put things in, but I didn't carry anything.
I usually like play music on my phone or I'm just like being loud as fuck. Because, I get nervous in the bush. When I'm alone, I get nervous. And there's some people that don't make me feel safe with in the bush. Yeah. So I get...
It was I feel very isolated, but there was other people in the parking lot.
I also go like this a lot of the time when I'm walking. If I feel like I'm being watched in the bush, I look bigger. No, so I look bigger. Also crazy, I don't fuck if the man in that bush, he better think I'm fucking nuts.
Yeah, he's gonna watch out.
I'll be like that's what I am when I'm on walks with Molly, even down Page Road when it starts to get dark. I start to get nervous because I know that the bears be up in there and I know that there's coyotes and stuff that den there. And you can feel them following you and watching you. And I want to protect Molly, and when Molly, like when it was just me walking, I'd just be like, ugh, and I'd be like, it's nothing. But now I'm walking with Molly, and she's actually alerting to it, and she's like on it, and I'm like, Oh, fuck. So yeah, there is
Yeah.
something there. So I'm like, the whole time I'm walking.
The coyotes would probably want to attack her over you. I feel like coyotes
Well, yeah, that's
don't
why I'm
often
trying to
attack
protect
humans,
her.
but they would
Especially
go for a
not out
dog.
here. But like that's the thing, it's a pack animal. Like if I was alone, like they might they're opportunists, especially they're competing with bigger animals in the area.
Yeah.
They're a pack animal. That's the thing, is I don't ever want to encounter a pack animal, a cougar, or a grizzly. I'm good on those. Or a moose. I'm good on that too. I don't want to fucking come across a moose like close quarters, dude. They're fucking mean and they're big. They'll take you out. They can take out a semi. And if they charge you, like, what are you gonna do? They're fucking fast.
My God.
Like, what are you gonna do?
My dad posted a video on Facebook. He was driving.
Loki, should I hit your dad? No.
He's down. So, remember his jacket, satisfaction with every erection?
Oh,
he's always down.
Oh, God. He's got some cool stuff.
Okay, so he was driving.
He's got
down
a longhorn truck.
Did he also send you an unsolicited text?
No, I'm talking about his truck that he drove this bad boy
so
in.
with that truck, no, actually I think it's a different truck. Anyways, he's driving a big truck down the road. It's got this like big like bumper on it, and he hits a deer, and he hits the deer so hard. He was walking down the road, the heart fully intact fell out of it. I told him to send it to me and he didn't. Like he just didn't. Like, not like he wouldn't, but he just hasn't. And it's probably gone off of Facebook now, so I probably can't show you. But it's just the deer on the side of the road dead and blood smeared everywhere and heart. No other blooding, like no other body parts. Just
part of me is just like, I really want that heart.
It was also beautiful.
Where was this? Because I want the bones. Where did this happen?
Well, I could ask him.
Ask him.
You could ask him.
I don't want to ask him. Do you want a stepmom?
Yeah, could you imagine
Actually, no,
my stepmom?
No, I'm good. I did.
I'd be so
I
down.
might be gay. I did. Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But I think you're a better mom than me. You'd realize that I'm a shit mom.
You're just a stepmom. I don't really need a mom anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you're fully grown.
Hey, he's not the best dad either, so.
No, but I like I think I might be.
And you're not a shit mom, just for the record. You're not.
You.
Absolutely not. Don't say that about yourself.
Okay, I won't. But yeah, so I kind of gay. And
so yeah, speaking of being kind of gay and not dating my dad.
Yeah, speaking of being kind of gay and not dating your dad, I went on a date with this girl.
I know. So is this your first official date with a woman? Like, have you dated a woman before?
No. Yeah, this is my first official.
This is the very first
official date with a girl. I know.
Oh my God, guys!
Which I did put in my bio. I did say I'm admittedly like new to dating women, so I'm being clear. But yeah. So I'm so. Oh my gosh! So. Oh. So I feel like such a noob. It's like all over again. I feel like a teenage girl going on first date for the first time ever again. And oh my God.
Wow.
Okay. It was really great.
So you met on an app.
Yeah, we met on an app and we were talking, and then so we were talking. She like right away was like you're so cute, like can I have your number? And then she's like, oh, I'm awkward. And I was like, girl, me too, this is perfect. So then yeah, she like asked me out. She's like, do you want to get coffee and like go for a walk? Because I get in my bio, she clearly read it. In my bio I said I like coffee and walks. I'm a simple person.
Perfect. She met your needs.
Yeah, she really did. And I was like super down. And then on like the night before we had our date, I was like, oh wait, oh my God, I forgot that I'm freaking crippled. I was like, hey, I really like walks, but maybe we'll just go for like a shorter walk because like I'm booted up. I got a walking cast on. And she's like, LOL, that's totally fine. That's great. She's been really chill, which is so good, because then I was getting ready and I was trying to ask you for opinions on my outfits. And I sent all the videos of each option to her, and then I texted help, and then I went to text again, be like, Mariah, why aren't you answering? I went to go to her conversation to call, and I opened it up
there, and
it's just like the number, because I hadn't saved it yet. I saved her number now, and I hadn't saved it yet, and I looked and I was like, I just sent all of this to her.
That's such a big fuck up because like it's not like we had similar names like Mariah and Maria, right? Like
no,
like,
it's Mariah and 778.
Yeah, like right, like how on earth? Like I don't even have a 778 number.
No, yeah, because like I guess I had responded to her. I'm just so used to you being at the top because I talk to you a lot, and I need to pay more attention.
That's so bad. Okay, but when you texted
so
me that,
mortifying.
and I was like, oh my god, that's
I'm
so bad
as fuck.
But then I actually watched them. I watched the videos, and I'm like, okay, that's so cute. If I was going on a date with someone and they accidentally sent me videos of them getting ready, not knowing what they should wear, my heart would melt. Like if it was a guy you sent that to, he'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's so
because
true.
It's a girl, she'd like, imagine if someone sent it to you and she's like, oh my god, I don't know what to wear. Do you think this one's better? Or maybe this one? And they'd be like, oh my god, I meant to send that to my best friend. Like you'd be like,
oh my god, I'd be like, girl, none of those, come over.
Yeah, exactly. Naked. You're like, I like the first one, but it looked better on the floor.
Yeah.
Right, like Larry, like see, it's like she would not think anything like bad of it. Like I knew that. And then how did she respond?
So I just like said, I'm so sorry, I meant to send those to my besties, like that's so embarrassing. And then she was like, LOL, it's all good. Here.
With a heart.
Yeah.
With a heart. With a purple heart.
Yeah. And then yeah, so then I walk outside with my fucking boot and my limp.
Fucking Terry Fox walking out of the
Hey, Terry Fox is like an icon. I love him.
Yeah, you are an icon too, but that's still how you're walking. Sometimes describe your walk.
Walked up, I was like, hi, I was like, hope you like my fit, because clearly that was a big deal.
Which one did you go with?
I went with just my flannel and a tank top underneath, and I buttoned up the flannel because it was actually surprisingly hot.
The third video.
Yeah, the third video that I sent.
The 3 videos you sent to her.
Well, there's like 2 coupled together, and then there was a third one, and then there was the help. Like I had so many chances to fucking realize, like, why am I actually slow? What is wrong with me?
Oh god.
And then, oh my god. And she was wearing this like super cute fit, and like she's just super cute.
Yeah,
she's a cute lady.
Yeah,
cool. She's super cute and super chill.
From what I've gathered, is she's like quite the outdoorsy kind of person too.
Which is perfect.
Like into the camping kind of vibe, which is what you
all
are
seasons,
so desperate
all
to do.
All seasons, yeah, I love it.
Wow, you found your little winter camping.
Yeah, we can be cuddle buddies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. And like the biggest difference too that I noticed is like a lot of times, like before I go out on a date with a guy, I'd be like so nervous but like almost like dreading it, and I'd feel like almost like sick. Like I'd have like really bad like almost anxiety, and I'd be like, I should just cancel. Like almost every time I'd be like, I should just cancel. At no point with her did I think I want to cancel. Did I feel any sort of dread? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gay.
That's a huge thing. But that's where I was also saying like earlier about the bisexual thing. You could still have fun sexually with men.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean you want to be with them.
That's
We've
true.
discussed
But, like, I think I've just
discovered
that like men are just like, well, they're like women's like natural predators. Like honestly, like I'm really scared at this point. They're not our protectors. They're I assume like it's not all men or whatever, but like I'm gonna assume that a man I don't know I'm gonna assume that he's not safe to be alone with. If I'm alone with him, I'd rather not.
Do you feel like this stems from your abuse history, or do you?
I think there's definitely like a lot of trauma that I've been through all my life. So I think I've already been like, especially from my childhood, and I noticed in my teen years and stuff, because at that point I hadn't had any experience with like guys, but just around like men and stuff. Like I felt super uncomfortable and super unsafe because of stuff that happened to me in my childhood.
Yeah,
and then that kind of eased up. But then once I started like dating like shitty men and was like literally being controlled and stuff, there's a lot of distrust towards them. But then it's also just like the way that strange men have treated me in the streets and stuff. Like they put me on edge.
It's off-putting.
Like there's a lot more conflict that I've had with like random guys like being problematic at work or stuff and like getting in my face and that than there has been like women.
Yeah, I feel like you've always known that you were somewhere on the spectrum of like your sexuality, somewhere on the
I've definitely always
bisexual,
liked girls,
somewhere, right? It was always like
a little bit.
And, like when we were friends in high school, like you always kind of knew there was something there, but now like it's like how much of a something is there?
Yeah, I think then too. I was just like really focused on guys and stuff, but it might have been like a big compensation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And, like, also, yeah, my mom, like, there's just like a lot of stuff like from like you grow up certain ways. And you're like, oh,
we're told from birth pretty much that like whenever you see like the like little kids like, oh, who's your boyfriend?
Yeah, it's so pushed.
It's
on
always
you.
pushed that a girl will have a boyfriend and a boy will have a girlfriend.
But that's the things like too. Like whenever I like pictured my future and stuff, it's never been like as we talked about.
But it's just always pushed on you.
Yeah.
To be like, this is you're going to have a husband.
I am like attracted to like them and stuff. Like that's the thing. But like it's a lot more different.
It's more of a physical thing, not an emotional.
It's definitely more of a physical thing too. And I feel like a lot of times it's almost like clocking like what has been taught to me to be attractive.
Do you struggle connecting with men a lot?
No, I feel like I connect with them a lot, but almost like more in like a guy. I think that's why a lot of
bro way.
I feel like I kind of date.
Sounds kind of gay.
I feel like I date narcissistic and down low men typically, and like
you're dating men that are unavailable in the head.
Yeah, and also like kind of gay because I'm unavailable to them in the head. I've always kind of joked like because I'm like, yeah, you put out what you get, like you get what you put out in the universe, and then I've always. Like, there's at one point I kind of started laughing because for a couple years there, I wasn't getting any serious relationships. It was just long-term situationships where they're like over every day, or I'm over at their house every day, and they're acting very serious with me, and then they go, haha, never mind, I don't want to put a label on it, and then they go and date somebody else and get like engaged.
Yeah, that happened like twice.
It happens a lot. I'm like 10 for 10, bro. Okay.
I know of 2. Yeah, but then like.
One of them's getting a divorce now, though. So
worked out well for them. Yeah, but this date went really well, I think. I think you said she asked you out on a second date.
She did.
When
so I guess she didn't hate me. This weekend. This weekend, and she also said that she didn't watch those videos, but like
out of like respect.
Yeah,
she's at least said it, right? Like,
yeah,
she probably did.
Yeah,
she
last
at least
night
said out of respect.
Yeah, she was like, I won't watch it if you don't want me to. But then she's like, but I kind of want to because I want to see your cute face again. And I was like, oh
my god,
that's gay, bro.
Oh my god, the way that you just literally are so red right now. Your cheeks are as red as this fucking Rudolph.
But yeah, like, oh my god, that's the thing too. Is like, I think that's why like guys like me so much. She's like, I just bro down with them, and it's like, oh, you're gay, bro. We're all gay, dude. Oh my god, I'm gay.
Well, here you heard it first, folks. Larissa is gay. Whoop, 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 whoop,
I'm queer and I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the queer.
Queer and I'm here, and it was probably
Allies unite.
Yeah. So,
nice.
I mean, like, I don't hate it. Yeah, that's the thing. I've always been an ally.
Yeah, and now
I've always thought it was cool. I didn't question it much.
You thought it was cool because you were gay.
No, I always thought being...
Okay, and with that, let's go to the smoke show.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back from the smoke show. If you watched the smoke show, you would have learned that I quit smoking weed. It was a little bit of a depressing smoke show on my part, but I did try a CBD gummy, which what's the point, honestly? Like, I don't feel it, but it was just something to try. So I guess the reason why I have stopped smoking is because my partner and I are going to be baby making. Unfortunately, for like 2.5 years, we've been trying, and it hasn't worked, and it's been so depressing. And failed test after failed test, you just lose like all motivation. And I got so depressed for a while, and that's actually when I got a dog by accident. It kind of like brought a little bit of joy into my life, and he specifically is like a human baby more than a dog. He's so needy, and that was kind of filling the void of not getting pregnant, all these failed pregnancy tests, and now I have this freaking wiener dog to cuddle, and that kind of helped. But I still like wasn't feeling like fulfilled because I really, really, really want to be a mom. So we've decided to continue going down the route with our fertility doctor. We'll see how that comes, but I'm super excited. It's been such a like a hard, like mentally hard journey to be going through, and I'm so excited that we're like getting to like the end of the road.
It's exciting.
So super exciting, and that is so crazy to think that like I'm gonna be a mom. I've been sobbing. I've been like literally like every time I start thinking like I'm gonna be a mom. Just
Oh,
today I had a panic attack, like not a fun one.
no.
About like my blood test. I was at Life Labs and I was fine until I like sat down in the chair. And then I sit down in the chair. He's like, "What arm?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like I heard this one's better, but you take your pick, whatever you want." He chose this one. I go for it, and I'm like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, and I'm trying to do like my deep breathing, and it's not working. And tears start streaming down my face. I'm not like crying, but like the tears are just fucking coming. And I'm like, "I'm fine, just so you know. I'm just dramatic." And he's like, "It's all good." I'm like, "I just don't like blood tests. I'm sure you get that a lot." He's like, "Yep, a lot of people don't enjoy coming here." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm trying to breathe, and the tears are just fucking streaming. And so I finally get out of the building. I wipe my eyes off. I walk through the lobby. I get out of the building. As soon as I hit the air outside, I start fucking bawling. And like, I think I was more so overwhelmed and embarrassed. Like, I was crying in there, and then like, I'm an adult, like, get over it. And I don't know, but I was like crashing out. I like sobbed the whole way back home. And then once I got home, I just like cuddled my dog. My sister was there too, so I like gave her a big hug. And it was just like really overwhelming. I need to take off my band-aid still because I don't want to pretend it didn't happen.
It's okay. Yeah, you handle that how you need to handle it.
Yeah, I got it done.
Future
child, I did this for you.
There you go.
And I'm so excited to meet you.
Aw. Is going to read us this first Am I the Asshole?
Yes, I've never read this before. I'm not necessarily great at reading, and we have no idea what we're about to read. I've only read the title.
And we can take turns reading it too if you want. Like,
okay.
not, I'll read the next one.
Yeah, we have 3 if it doesn't take us too long. Am I the asshole for lying about my wife having fertility issues? My wife is trans, and we met for the first time after she fully medically and surgically transitioned. Nobody besides her family and my sister, who found out on her own, really knows. And she wants to keep it that way. Anyway, we both wanted to have kids young, so we adopted our little girl before the pandemic started. Because of everything that's been going on, my parents really didn't get to meet her until last week, and my sister and her husband were also there. My parents are very conservative, and they've been a bit disappointed about the fact that we adopted. Nothing really explicit, but just subtle things. After they met our daughter, though, they melted a little because of how could you not, but they still wanted to know why we adopted. I felt a bit clever saying fertility issues because we do have fertility issues, just not the kind of that my parents probably thought. Right? That's fair. That is a fertility issue.
I feel like it's not necessarily their business either. Like what your partner's genitalia is. Like your parents shouldn't care. That's your business.
Yeah, it is. Like, I'm at a fertility doctor. That's the same thing. And they help same-sex couples. They help. Yeah.
So they're not technically lying. And I feel like that I can kind of guess where this is going. And I'm ready to keep going, but they're not the asshole for lying to their parents about them being trans.
My sister didn't say anything at the time, but she let loose on me later. I forgot that she has fertility issues, and she started yelling at me, saying that she's been spending tens of thousands of dollars on in vitro, how depressed it's made her, how her marriage is on the rocks, how traumatized she is from her miscarriages. I didn't know she had any. She told me that she trusted me with that, and I'm immature. I told her that we technically do have fertility issues, and she says it's different because we choose to have ours, and we knew what we were getting into. She said that it wasn't our issue to appropriate. All the women I dated before my wife were cis, but I didn't fall in love with any of them. I don't think I chose to fall in love with her, so that made me pretty upset. I wouldn't have felt like I was in the wrong until my sister told me that I could have just said that I felt like it would be better for the world to adopt. I still think it would have been met with a lot of suspicion and criticism from my parents, but that would have been the easiest way to avoid getting anybody hurt. And now that I've built the unnecessary rift between my sister and I, my wife says that we do have fertility issues, and she feels bad for my sister because of everything she's going through, but ultimately we have nothing to apologize for because we told the truth. I don't know what to think of all this. Am I the asshole?
Okay, so obviously your parents, you said that they're more conservative, which I'm going to assume is going to lead to the fact that they'd probably end up ostracizing or being mean to you and your wife in some way or cold if they found out that she was trans. They probably...
Do they know?
I don't think
my wife is trans. Nobody besides her family and my sister. Okay. So they don't know. No. So I feel like that's a whole nother thing.
And that's the thing too, is like, you can have fertility issues and still choose to adopt. I, as a biological woman, have no issue with a trans woman, who is a real woman, is having fertility issues and wants to be a mom.
Yeah.
I'm fine with them labeling that. You now officially identify as a woman. You are a woman.
Yeah. And
you're
there
having
is a fertility issue because there's
Yeah.
no fertility.
Yeah.
There's
That's
an
fine.
issue. There's no
That is an
fertility.
issue.
That's
And
an issue.
I don't think that's an issue to
No.
appropriate.
I can totally see
I
why
can
the
see why she's
sister
being
is
sensitive.
sad because she's going through her own
Yeah.
issues.
But she could also adopt.
Yeah, she could also adopt. You're right. If you're having fertility issues, you could also adopt if you don't want to spend so much money.
You're basically saying you can be sensitive and hurt about what you're going through. Also, to throw in the face about the miscarriages when he didn't know about that already. You're basically expecting like your brother to like out his wife to these possibly bigot parents. That could affect everybody's family. Like, and it would affect the sister's family too. Obviously, they weren't that
close if the sister hadn't shared any of this with him.
Yeah.
So that's just...
Or with the parents either. So I think it's definitely not an issue. They're not the asshole.
Yeah. At least the sister didn't say this at the time, because my sister didn't say anything at the time.
At least she like held
thank
back,
God that was not brought up in front of the parents, because imagine how much worse that could have been.
At least she didn't say anything in front of the parents. I'll give them that.
I think it could have... I think the sister could have expressed her feelings better.
No one's the asshole.
No one's... Yeah, I wouldn't say the sister's an asshole because she's just reacting based on
she's just
her
being
feelings.
I think she's being really sensitive. She's obviously struggling with it.
Yeah.
But I also think that there might be a little bit of ignorance or like a little bit of bias to her too, for her to be like, say, oh, well, you guys chose this. So it's like, are you... And like, I wonder how she found out.
Yeah.
Because like, he said that his sister found out on her own, which leads me to believe that she probably was prying and stuff too. Was probably like, so they're probably like not the most open ideologically family.
They didn't offer that information to her. I'm sure the whole family is quite conservative.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say no one's the asshole, but if we had to pick an asshole, the sister is the asshole here, not the poster.
I think so too. Should we read any of the comments on that one?
I didn't know that there was comments.
There would be, yeah. So one person said, not the asshole. Wouldn't I felt like it would be better for the world to adopt, also be judging your sister who went through IVF? So yeah, if he said that, his sister probably would have been mad about that too. And miscarriages in the hope of having a biological child, you couldn't win here. That said, if you love your sister, or find a way to reconcile.
Is there anyone who said that that he is the asshole?
I want to see that too. I'm looking for it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, but how does the wife feel about this? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Yeah, I think everyone's like pretty much in agreement. I don't see any... Oh, 1, you're the asshole. 2, you're the asshole. Okay, perfect. You're the asshole. You don't have fertility issues. You literally don't have the organs to have a baby naturally. Okay, so this is probably just a big... I think this is technically a fertility issue. This person is now a woman, and they're having fertility issues and becoming a mom.
I would say it's a fertility issue.
You're the asshole to me. This falls in the same category. Yeah, you're the asshole. This falls in the same category of saying that you're allergic to the food that you dislike. No, not at all. And that doesn't make any sense. That
literally doesn't make any sense.
No, I hate ignorant people. Okay. So anyways, not the asshole, and most of Reddit is in the agreements. So we have another one.
Yeah. I hope this one's good.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife that her wanting a biological baby so badly is illogical? So I'm curious about this one.
Okay.
So 38 male. Have been married to my wife, 37 female, for 8 years. I love her and our life together is overall great, but we've had a lot of challenges. My wife has miscarried 4 times and hasn't been pregnant for over 2 years. We both have fertility issues and have tried almost everything, including artificial insemination, to get pregnant. Last week, our doctor asked if we'd consider IVF. We have the financial resources to do so. Financial resources to do so if it's something we both want. So that wasn't the issue. My wife and I talked about it, and she really wants to try. I, on the other hand, feel uneasy about it for 2 reasons. First, I don't like the idea of my wife having to go through an invasive surgery and then possibly going through stress of more miscarriages, heartbreaks. I told her this, and my wife said that it was her body and her decision to make, which I agree with. Still, it was hard as her husband to think of her suffering more.
That's kind of a really fair point, and it's only stemming from he's caring about her feelings.
Yeah, and he's caring about her feelings, and also like he is the partner that's going to have to support her through this, and it does hurt seeing your partner hurt like that.
And who knows what level she's getting to? Some people can get really depressed.
And like if they've already been through this, like he's probably already had to hold her while she's falling apart, and like that breaks your heart as a partner. Like you may not feel like the same capacity that they feel it, but like when you can't help them, it hurts, man. So like it also really affects, like it's not just affecting her in that way. It is her choice 100%.
That's heartbreaking.
My second reservation is the part that really upset my wife. I want to preface this next by saying that I fully support other couples who want to go through IVF, feel the need to have a biological child, but for me personally, I'd just be happy adopting as having my own biological child. I think this is a large part because my younger sister is adopted and she's such an integral part of my family and life. To be honest, when I think of my sister, I feel a bit guilty jumping through all of these hoops to have a biological child when there are already so many kids out there who need homes. Also, my last name isn't Windsor, so I don't feel there's anything special about me that makes me feel like I need to pass my genes down. My wife and I have spoken extensively about adoption, and it's something she's open to, but she really wants to at least one biological child. Here's the conflict. I feel we've reached the end of the road and should start the adoption process. My wife still doesn't feel we've reached the end of the road until we've tried IVF. Our last conversation about this got heated. I told her it wasn't she I told her she was being logical for wanting biological babies so badly when there are more kids in the city who need a home. I told her she'd love the child we adopt just as much as a baby we bring into the world, and there's no need to put her body and mind through more stress. Needless to say, she's very unhappy right now. Am I the asshole or do I have a point here?
Oh,
Let's read some comments first. I'm curious this one. Um, you're the asshole for saying she was illogical, not the asshole for wanting to adopt. Ask the doctor why she would be able to carry a child conceived through IVF if she miscarried so many times. IVF can help someone get pregnant. Carrying the pregnancy is another matter. Does the doctor know why she miscarried and how to prevent it from happening again? Um, which honestly,
well, when you're doing IVF, they're going to be very closely monitoring
mhm.
you, especially if it's a high risk
And that's the
pregnancy.
thing too, is like also like pregnancy health starts from like the
Yeah.
beginning.
And they put in
Yeah.
so many eggs if you're doing IVF. Like they're putting in like 6 fertilized
Yeah.
embryos,
So
whatever the terminology is for that.
I think that's fine. Not the asshole, but do not dismiss your wife's concerns or desire for a bio baby great great as adoption can be. As with your sister, it can also be horrifically difficult and take years for the family to become bonded. It's also really hard to adopt.
Yeah.
It
And
takes so long.
why did they start so late to begin with? When they said they're trying for a few years, they're still already like in their mid 30s.
So yeah, the 38 and 37,
Because
they've been
that's
trying for a few years because who knows, like they had miscarriages, but they don't say how long like they lasted or anything, right? Like that a couple months at a time.
yeah.
And who they might have gotten married no not too long ago, they might
Yeah.
not have
Yeah.
started. So who knows? So for we've been married for 8 years. So they might have only been trying for 8 years. That's like a lot of time.
Both of them are definitely older and I feel like they can do it with IVF.
I think he's I think he's a bit of the asshole.
I feel like he means it from like a good place,
I think so too, but I think he is being a little
but
bit
he
selfish.
needs to let her do what
Yeah.
she wants.
If they
When
have the resources to do it and she wants to do it, I think just be there for her like
yeah.
one more time, man.
Yeah.
He's kind of the asshole. You can't make that
I
choice.
see where he's really coming from, but ultimately you have to let her do what she wants or she's
Yeah.
never going to be happy. She's not going to be able to bond with the adopted kid. She's going to resent it.
Yeah, exactly. And like she's open to, but she's like, just let me try like for this one. And I feel like she just wants to try the IVF, and I feel like if it didn't work, she'd probably be open to adopting that. But like
Yeah.
she wants the IVF to try that.
Yeah. I hope that they did. Do they
Yeah.
follow up? It's only 1 year ago.
Actually, let's see if there's an update.
Oh, never mind. That was the other one that you said.
How do you find an update?
Maybe there isn't one.
Yeah. So now we have one more.
Our last one.
Am I the asshole for telling my brother-in-law and his wife that I don't want to follow their birth plan? I'm really curious about this.
Yeah.
So, if it's the birth part, I understand. If it's the whole pregnancy, I'm curious.
Yeah, like if they're just saying
I want you to be on your back and giving birth this way.
Yeah, they're like, I want you to birth in a pool, and she's like, no, I want a hospital.
Or she's like, I want a doula. Then you're giving birth. You have every right to.
Yeah, but if it's like they're forcing her to be a surrogate,
let's find out.
Okay.
So I, 34 female, am a surrogate for my brother-in-law Simon, 39 male, and his wife Michelle, 38 female. Simon and Michelle have struggled with infertility for years. They've tried IVF and even surrogacy before, but the person changed her mind at the last second.
Oof.
That is brutal.
And then they picked someone else who changed their mind at the last second.
They have outwardly shown their jealousy of my husband, James, 34 male, and me for having children, especially as only one of them was planned, and our oldest was born when we were 16. They came to me last year and begged me to be their surrogate. I had doubts, as did my husband, but I felt bad for them and decided to go through with it. James supported my decision and has acted like he did with my previous pregnancies. Sweet and caring. Oh, good couple.
Yeah.
They seem like really good people. Simon and Michelle, on the other hand, are very controlling. They made up meal plans for me, and I'm taking all these supplements as well as attending multiple classes. When I told them I knew what to do during pregnancy, they didn't listen and said to me that just because I was pregnant 4 times doesn't mean I'm an expert. I gave up trying to dissuade them as I knew nothing would work. When we started going over the birth plan earlier this weekend, it caused a huge argument. They wanted me to do an unmedicated water. What the fuck? I was expecting maybe like her wanting to do unmedicated water birth, and I could understand that being like, if the surrogate wanted to be like unmedicated in the fucking forest and having your baby, I'd be like, listen, let's maybe like have like a medical team like standing by. Like, can we put down like a mat or something?
Yeah, but they want her to do some weird ass shit.
They want her to do some weird ass stuff. They want her to be unmedicated.
Okay, not that it's weird, but it's just, not it's conventional.
It's weird that you have two people that are asking another person who's about to go through one of the most painful experiences of their life, and they're telling her life change. Like she already has like a bunch of babies and stuff too, like, so she's been through this before, but one of the most painful experiences ever to go through.
Sorry, Larry, pause for a second. Where we are at.
Yeah. So like it's just so messed up to be like asking somebody to be like going through like the most painful experience of their life just to and to be like, you can be unmedicated. Like, girl, you're not giving birth to that baby. You can't ask somebody to be unmedicated. Also, like, if somebody's like going through so much pain, like the doctor might literally be like, we have to medicate you because like pain can cause you to go into shock, and that can literally cause you to die.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is brutal. So they wanted me to do an unmedicated water birth, and I flat out refused. For my second pregnancy, I didn't have enough time for any pain relief, and the pain was horrific. That's the thing. She's already had 4 kids. She knows what she's getting into, so she is more than equipped to make those choices. I have quite a high pain tolerance, but this experience was awful, and I never wanted to do that again. Kudos to anyone who has unmedicated births. As for the water birth, I don't like the idea of being submerged in water with blood and other fluids and possibly poop. Yeah, I get that.
That can cause infection, could it not?
I'm pretty sure that,
with poop.
Pretty sure that the nurses you're shitting yourself on the table anyways. Nurses are probably pretty good at, because like they do have birthing tubs in hospitals and stuff too.
Yeah,
they're pretty good, I'm sure, at keeping it.
I'm sure they have a system,
clean.
But when you're doing like this outside of a hospital, they didn't say that.
I'm sure doulas and stuff take it out too, but I feel that I don't want to be in my own feces either. They weren't happy about this. They said that this was their baby and they should decide how they were born.
Well, then if it was the
opposite, yeah. But if it was the opposite, like if she was like wanting to be like, I want to be unmedicated, nowhere near a doctor, I want to be in like on Mount Everest. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But then to ask somebody to carry your baby, they're already doing like a miracle for you, and then you're gonna be like, you got to go through torture.
Yeah, asking for someone to do unmedicated is crazy.
You have no place.
Especially like the water thing is only like the birther's choice. Like it doesn't affect the baby at all.
No, it doesn't.
Like it literally does not matter to the baby's health, as far as I know, how it's birthed. Whether you're on a bouncy ball, got a upside down,
it's coming out
in the forest. It's just gonna come out. It's just about the birther.
Yeah. So they said it was their baby. They should decide how it was born. I retorted, I said, this is my body, and I should decide how I want to push out a human that I'm so generously caring for them. A lot of shouting happened, and I started to get overwhelmed very quickly. I started crying. Michelle rolled her eyes and told me to grow up. James told her to shut up, which started Simon off, and it was just a mess. James, so the surrogate's husband, and I left the house, and I was crying the whole way home and regretting ever agreeing to be their surrogate. It took James and me a few days to calm down, and during those days, we didn't have any contact with Simon or Michelle. Simon and Michelle called James' parents and complained to them about what happened, so they called us and we explained our side of the story. They were shocked at what happened and said that they were fully on our side and that they talked with Simon and Michelle. I'm due in 2 weeks and I'm so nervous. Part of me doesn't want them there, but I know that they should be, seeing as it's their kid. James disagrees. He said that he'll have them kicked out if they do anything to upset or stress me out. Because that's the thing. He's worried about his wife.
Yeah.
That's like, it's not just that, but like if she's upset or stressed out, like can make her have like complications.
Yeah,
like
she
scary.
Could die.
Yeah. I almost died having a baby. Like it's messed up. It happens.
How hard it can be.
Even my oldest agrees with him and he won't even be in the room. I sort of feel like an asshole, but I don't know. I think everyone's going to agree not the asshole, which I think is what's been voted here. Not the asshole. We want you to have an unmedicated birth. We know the pain will be hideous for you, but that's a sacrifice we'll be willing to make. Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. I don't see any of the assholes, which I would hope not. I found one more. I'm curious. Am I the asshole for divorcing my wife because she lied about her fertility? I, male, 38, have been with my wife, Natalie, female, 37, for 8 years, married for 4 years. Natalie has a daughter from a previous relationship, Kaya, female, 12. Kaya's dad left when she was a newborn. We have no idea where he is. I love her as if she were mine. She calls me dad and has a great relationship with me. I told Natalie from the very beginning that I would like to have biological children, and she said she was very open to having more kids. After we got married, we bought a nice place and started trying for a baby. After a year, we did some testing and all came back normal. My wife said IVF would be too costly and hard on her body. I was secretly devastated, but I decided to come to terms with the fact that I'll never have any biological kids. This was until a few days ago when I found out from Natalie's sister that Natalie lied to me. She and her sister got into a fight in her house, and her sister screamed, "At least I don't take pills behind my husband's back and claim I'm infertile. Does he know you had an abortion?" Oh no. I was floored. My wife kicked her sister out and started crying, saying she really didn't want another kid and didn't want to lose me. I can't believe she lied to me instead of talking to me. I just left. I've been staying at my parents' house since then. Natalie begs me to come back and says we can try for a baby. Kaya even messaged me to come back. My parents think I should just move it on and I should just move on, give her another chance. She made a mistake and she apologized. Am I the asshole for wanting a divorce for this lie? Added, I live in Canada. I'm pro-choice. I do believe women have the control to their bodies. Don't lecture me about her rights, but this is a different case. She lied to me. I could have not I could have now have my baby in my arms. I had no idea she's against having more babies until a few days ago. Abortion happened 1.5 years after our wedding. Oh, yes, my baby. Yeah, she saw me devastated and upset when she claimed we can't have a baby. Yes, she lied to my face. How do I turn this reader off?
What do you want?
I want it to go back to normal.
I don't know what you've done.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Wow, so not the asshole, damn, that's some fucked up dishonesty. I totally agree, I'm pro-choice, but against lying. So it was already kind of fucked up until we got to the fact that she had an abortion. So, like, take pills, I assume that means that she's probably been taking birth control without talking to him about it.
Or is it the abortion pill? Either way.
Either
she's
way.
preventing the pregnancy. Either terminating or
Which
preventing.
you're allowed to have that choice, but if you marry somebody that's been really clear with you that they want to have more kids, that's really not fair. She lied to him for at least 4 years. Because a year and a half after their wedding, so they were married for 4, they've been together for 8. That's
damn, the sister for saying that though.
The sister's a fucking asshole because she just blew up everybody's world.
Yeah,
but somebody
there could have been
a
lot more to it too. We're not hearing the woman's side of the story. What if the man was abusive? Like,
but she's still with him.
Yeah, but maybe there was reasons where she didn't want to have.
But like they have a good
relationship. You never know.
He has a good relationship with the step kid. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
That.
But I'm just saying, like, there could be more factors into.
Yeah, but like just
based off she didn't want to do it.
Based off of what we know,
she sounds pretty fucked up.
I'm not judging her character.
Oh my god.
We're talking about like the
lying.
Yeah.
So like heartbreaking.
Especially like if you're with somebody and you talk about it and you like things like my ex and I, we talked about it and he was like, yeah, I really see myself having kids. And I was like, for me, it's really dependent on having a partner that I can actually really trust. And it sucks because I said I eventually saw myself having kids with him. And I was telling him, put babies in me. And I meant it. And he was. So I'm glad that he didn't because he was not trustworthy. So.
Yeah.
But,
wow, that's
rough. Not the asshole, not by any means. I think the sister's the asshole, and I think the wife's the asshole.
Yeah, I think that guy was just completely blindsided by that, and that's so.
I think so. Like that's the thing too. Is like if you don't think you want to have more kids, definitely like have that conversation because maybe ultimately he would be okay with just having Kaya or whatever.
And when he's not, then you just have to accept
that
you
just have to move on.
leave.
Yeah, you can go find somebody else who's okay with still being a stepfather but doesn't want any more kids. Like you can find that.
Yeah, but to lie to him, oh, definitely.
And then also to like, and that's I feel so bad for him too because he just discovered in the most brutal way that he also like lost a baby. Like, yeah, maybe she could have talked to him then and be like, hey, like I'm not ready at this point. Like we need to, and then he could have mourned in the right way at the right time. Because I get like losing a baby for anybody on either side can be really hard. And the fact that he lied and like that she lied and now he has to deal with that on his own.
Like, how can he? Yeah, he lost the baby without even knowing it existed in this world.
That's the thing. Is like he could have gone on blissfully aware, but then the sister like outed. But also too like if your partner tells you that you want to have kids and that you're trying to have kids and you're taking birth control, That's diabolical. Just tell them you don't want to have kids and like let them make their informed choice. That's like the thing. As I'm so big, you can be the shittiest person ever, but at the very least have the decency to give like the people around you the right to make an informed choice. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I did, or this is what I'm thinking about doing, or this is what's happened, or this is who I am, or this is what I have.
Yeah.
Like, let people make the informed choice.
Wow. Yeah, that was a really good one. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that.
Yeah, I was just in one of the tabs there. That was, phew. And Canadian. That was a doozy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well.
I think he's justified. He's not the asshole for getting a
Yeah.
divorce
Absolutely.
if he wants to, and he can still have a relationship with the stepkid. I mean, it's a little bit harder. It's obviously dependent on what the mom wants to, but
Yeah.
if you can still be
I
a
would
father
not
to them,
stay
like a
after that.
mentor. You could still be a mentor to the kid, release the support. But yeah, I wouldn't stay after that either.
Well, I'm yawning.
All
You're
right,
yawning.
guys.
I guess that is going to be the end.
Thanks for rolling through it. See you next sesh.